Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we're taking a look at the MAN TGX Hooklift and IT Runner 2623 HD packs from Weekend Farmers. Though they are both Hooklift systems, they are two different mods because whereas the MAN TGX pack has, well, different things that work with it. Oh yeah, by the way, the multi-platform has auto-load. It's awesome. Well, the trailer, the ITR 2623, this actually features different attachments that fit the trailer. But the good thing is, they all work together. So if you wanted to take one of the attachments from the trailer, there are two different sizes. You can put it on the truck if you wanted to. I've kind of gone for the different livery setups here because I think they look cool, but we will show you all the customization, how everything works. There's even a container that you can load stuff into. It's pretty sweet. Let's jump right in. We're going to start with the truck pack itself because this is the most simple one. This truck has got 500 horsepower in its current setup, but we can increase that up to 640 horsepower or 680, and those do have different engine sounds. Well, when I talk about engine sounds, the 500 and the 640 both have the same engine sound, which is this one. However, because we've got the V8 over here, the 680, this one's a little different. So, now you know what to expect. The 680 also adds a V8 logo on the very front. So there you go. That is that. That's your power, and everything else is customization. Wanted to get those out of the way. Configurations on here. We got a standard set to start with, so everything is open. You've got full customization and things like that. Then we have the fire department setup, which is all of the customization options which are locked and preset. Also, the fire truck as well as the civil protection, or what I guess would be the police, maybe? Now, these are the only two with blue LED lights at the top, or blue beacons. You cannot add blue beacons as an option, and liveries are mostly all locked. The municipal service one isn't as locked with this one. We also have a headlight grille, roof bar, air horns, and extension color, where you may have noticed most of that stuff is well, a little bit different here. Headlight grille is still the same, but we only have wheel set up an engine for the other ones. But if you just wanted a nice, flat, plain truck where you can customize everything, well, there you go with standard. Now that we've got those, let's take a look at the options. We have wheel setups, and these are just going to be rear wheels. So we have 3 sets total. So here's your standard set. So the Continental Crosstrack HS3s, that's going to be across the board. Then we can change up, and we've got the HD3s on the very back, or the hybrid HD3s. But as you can see, the front, there is no difference through there. Then we have the headlight grille, which is present on most all of the other models. There you go, so you can add those along. Bull bar, yep, that can be added as well. Nice and simple on the front. Window decals, this is pretty sweet, so it adds these like decorative decals on there with the MAN logo. I think that's awesome. Roof bar on the top, you get the bar. You also have lights that are added to it. Air horns, you've got a right side or left side, or both. I think I got those backwards, but the way we're looking at it anyway. Illuminated logo. The MAN logo on the front will actually be illuminated, which is very cool. Warning stripes down the side if you wanted those. And then we have beacons on the top, so we've got basically a number 1 and a number 2 set up there. But as we mentioned, no blue. And then lastly, we have colors, and we have a lot of colors here. You've got the main color, main 2, mirror caps, extension, and rim. So let's go over what each one of those are. So main color's probably pretty obvious. Here's your color palette, and we've got the same color palette through everything. So we have the MAN beige, blue, green, a chrome green. What does that look like? That's kind of chrome green. All right, nice. MAN red, yellow, black, and then we get a beige 2, blue 2, green 2, chrome green metallic. What? Oh, that's a pretty color. Then you got another red 2, yellow 2. Special paintwork steel gray. You have the graphite gray, fur green, chrome green, velvet red, liquid silver, and then the municipal orange. So we've got a bunch of colors through here. I think we'll just go with the MAN red. Everybody happy with that? Cool beans. Then the main color, this is just going to be the bottom part of it. We're going to go blue here just so you can see it, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's go back over to the MAN red. Mirror caps colors, obviously, you can kind of guess what these will be. Mirror cap colors, so those are the blue ones right there. We'll go red with that as well. I think it looks pretty good in red. And then the rest of it is pretty simple. So we'll go with the extension first right here. We'll go with it in a blue, so you can see all of these extra bits and bobs have changed, and we'll be able to change this up on the the IT Runner trailer as well. So that'll be nice. And of course, rim colors are rim colors. We get the gray that's on there, silver, white, black, and chrome, which is always nice. Now, you've seen the truck, 3 different attachments here, but there's more than just 3. They can be customized a little bit. This one, no customization. It's just a tipper, 48,000 liters, and it is just for forage as well. So you're not putting anything else other than forage in there. Then we've got the half pipe trough. This is a regular tipper, 18,000 liters, and that's about it. Nothing there other than colors, and we get that full color palette yet again. Then lastly, we have the multi-platform. Now this one is pretty interesting because it will do a lot of different things. You might be able to see right here, we got, what is that, for bales? Yes, there is a standard bales auto load for 125 to 189 centimeter round bales and 119 up to 249 centimeter square bales. Yes, that includes your unrealistic bales and baby bales. It's so cool. I'm so happy. It's so awesome. Yeah. All right. So the different setups here, we have the Platform XXL. That's going to be very important when compared to the trailer. So we got that. Then you got the fire department, the civil protection, and then you got the municipal service with the stick-ins that can be changed up around towards the very front. So not a whole lot going on with that. And then when it comes to our platform here, so we had the auto load there. We've got bells, really for like round bells, I would say, or I guess square bells so they don't fall off the back. Then we've got a setup for wood platform, and then we've got the tailboard platform here as well. So this will hold 9,000 liters, nothing too wild and crazy. Additionally, all of the branded ones, those will hold 9,000 liters as well. Then we have colors for the platform itself, the stack heads, and the tailboard. And really, that's all of the options you need to know about the Hooklift. Here's our IT Runner pack. So we've got the IT Runner itself. This is the 2623, so the 2-axle version. There's actually another IT Runner pack out already, and this is the 2633. So that's the one that kind of fits the longer platform, similar to the MAN. In here we have a milk tank for 8,000 liters. We have a multi-platform, which is pretty identical to the other one that we looked at, but it's available in 2 smaller sizes. Then we have a liquids tank. This one's kind of neat because you could do different ones and lock it into a specific liquid. Half pipe trough, this one is smaller than the other one we looked at. We have the roll-off container, which can also be opened up and you can put stuff in it. And then we have the grain container, 25,000. Starting with the IT Runner, you're going to see some pretty similar stuff that we had with the truck itself. So in configurations, you got your fire department setup, the civil protection, and the municipal service. If you are loading up for the first time, you may notice that these take a second or 2 to load up. You can see the circle right there. Mine did take about 5 to 10 seconds the first time I loaded in, but I have since exited the game, came back in. I don't know if there's new textures or something that I didn't have loaded, but one time through, I let it sit and everything was cool. Just wanted to let you know because that's part of this. In the standard set, we've got wheel brands of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then we have the IT Runner crawler track, which is absolutely epic. Now, when it comes to matching the truck, it's going to be hard to do that. We have a trailer board setup with a medium tire and medium tire 2. In the Michelin set, we've got chunky boys in there as well, BKTs, very similar. I do love the chunky setups, though, in there. Vredestein, a very similar set, again. And then, well, IT Runner is it's a track. I mean, come on. This can hook up to a tractor. There's nothing stopping you from doing that, and even some trucks. But it is meant to be run behind either a tractor or that MAN truck. So, from there, I say just go with the Trelleborg, some T4/4s. You can't go wrong with that. Then we have the attacher type. This actually refers to what attaches to the truck itself. So this is either going to be a ball hitch or a pin hitch. They're calling it a high or low hitch. And then we have colors. And that's all your options here. You got the chassis color itself. And whenever you change the chassis color, it's also going to change the hubs in the middle. So be aware of that. Then we get the design color itself. If you go over here to the IT Runner Red, this is actually what is on the truck. So if you wanted them to match, that's what's on the truck by default. But you can put them on anything else that you would like. So you can put them on other colors. We go to blue. Love it. And then rim colors are exactly like they were on the truck itself. even chrome. Gotta love it. As for everything else, we can kind of zoom through these pretty quickly. We've got the milk tank, again, 8,000 liters. We got the frame and the tank colors, which could be changed. With the milk types, we've got cow's milk, buffalo milk, goat milk, and Awada. Then we got the multi-platform. This is pretty much like the larger version, and we have, I think it's 6 or 7 different ones. So of course we start off with the standard set here. You got the standard bales, regular bales, wood configuration, and a tailboard. Instead of holding 9,000, it holds 6,000 liters, and the platform, stack kits, and tailboard are all color options. So that's platform small. We have it in the fire department, we have it in civil protection, and the municipal service. Then we go with platform big. Notice this is not XXL like the one with the truck. This is just regular platform big. It can be used on any of the IT runners. It works. They all work. It's just like which one's really visually appropriate or not. And this one's also available with Autoload and all of the different setups. The capacity is 7.5 thousand liters, perfectly between small and the XXL. And then of course we have the fire department, civil protection, and municipal service for that. And that is everything with that. Next one is our liquids tank. And in here we have a couple different ones: fuel trailer, water trailer, liquid fertilizer trailer, herbicide trailer, liquid food trailer, and fuel trailer again. So what do all these mean? Well, fuel trailer is going to be fuel and DEF. The water trailer is just water, so water only. Then we get the liquid fertilizer. Again, liquid fertilizer only. Same thing with herbicide. And then we get to the liquid food trailer, and that's going to be holding all the other stuff, which in here is going to be all of our different oils. So we have our olive oil, our sunflower oil, and the canola oil, as well as milks, because this also, for some interesting reason, holds the milks, and grape juice. Yep, holds grape juice too. So there you go. That should be a good explanation of what it holds. And after that, we go into the half pipe trough. So this one, 12,200 instead of the what was it, 18,000 liters, I think, for the other one? Yeah, 18,000 liters. And then we can change the color, of course, to whatever you want through there. Then jumping in, we have the roll-off container, 30,000. This was pretty sweet. So you got track edition. You can throw the track logos on there if you want. This was a pretty popular thing back in FS 17 and 19, but I haven't really seen much of it, or at least anybody make a big deal about it. I think it's cool. I like it, so I'll throw them on there. You also got your main color for it as well, whatever you want. And then decals can be changed too. What are the decals? Well, those are your tracks. So if you want those to be a different color, a cool color, you could do it. And the back of it will actually open up and you could throw stuff in there. I don't know if you could fit a vehicle in there. It's a little bit difficult for that. We'll try it, but I don't promise anything. And then this one's just a regular grain container. Really is. You're not going to be putting it on the ground or doing much. You could put it on the ground and, like, I don't know, come up to it or something, but yeah, it's not going to be doing much. I will say this as well. There are some similar things in this pack that there are in the regular IT runner pack, and I like that. We've got similar things, so like the Bergman, the HT50, that's there. The grain container here, this one holds 45,000 liters. Plus there's a few other things too, like the bell container right here, which is not auto load or anything like that. Those are all different. So this gives us more options, and it gives us similar options, and something that you may want to add to your collection, especially if you like doing IT runner, or maybe you want to get into it. This is an awesome pack to start with. All right, so let's go over a few things now. So this is all three of the platforms. I've tried to line them up as close as I possibly can, but we got the small, the large, and then we've got the XXL. Probably could have gone for small, medium, large in this case, but it is what it is. You can see right there, almost lined up perfectly. And then the length difference. It's going to be a little bit more of a difference between the small and large versus large and XXL, but still, nonetheless, you can see we do have a difference there. For all the ones that you guys saw in the intro, these are all going to be either the XXL or the small. So it didn't show off any of the large. Also, when this stuff's released, you could find it in the changing system category. And really, if you didn't want to look for the truck, just right stick onto this. And boom, there you go. It'll just pop right up with the truck. So here we are now. We've got our truck. We've got our trailer. Let's show off some of the cool things that we could do with these, because there's some really interesting things that I may have seen before, but I tell you what, it's been a hot minute. So of course, we all know that we can extend out. So that's our normal thing. Goes all the way back and will come down to the ground. And there it is, fully extended all the way down. But there are other things that we could do with this too. At least with the truck, there's one, because they expect you to have one specific size on here. So we can manually raise this. It's super smooth, by the way, but I am got full control over this. We're actually able to take this and just dump it like that. So if you wanted to, you could actually tilt that up. And you may want to as well, because I don't think it's going to automatically do it if you've got a container on there. So you've got full control over the height adjustment, or the angle adjustment, I guess, of that. Let's hook up to a container and check it out. So this is the grain container, and I'll be fair, probably going to be a little bit silly having this on the back of it because it's not made for it. This is made for the trailer, not the truck. You saw it bounce down there? It's because it's not supposed to go on there. So this may not be the best thing to show, but hey, we're going to do it anyway. So we take this, tilt it back, just look at that, and then we can force dump the bottom, which is, again, very, very nice. I like that we can do that. Now let's see, does it tip automatically when we force dump? Also, yes. So you've got full control. It may also work a lot better, like if you got bells, maybe you've got items in the back. Maybe a tipper's probably not the best showcase here for this. However, it will work great. I tell you what, man, for a logging one, oh, that would be great. And yes, weekend farmers have also already fussed at me for showing off things that don't belong on the attachment. I just think it's neat to put stuff on there that's not supposed to go there. And that's what I'm doing. So that is everything for the truck. Truck's pretty simple, although I will say this, they spend a lot of time on how it drives, how it handles, how it looks, how the cabin tilts back and forth. They spend a lot of time on all of that, and it shows. It was the first thing that I recognized as soon as I loaded up. Like, man, this thing, like, it handles really good. It should, but it does, which is awesome. Now let's talk about the rear, and this one is very, very neat. Let's see if I can cut on some lights so you guys can see what's going on. That might be a little bit better. So we can still tilt up and down manually, like we were, at a very nice height here too, but we've got some more things we could do. Depending on how long the attachment is, we can bring the hook forwards or backwards. It is going to default to a spot whenever you load up. However, you can adjust it after everything's flattened out, which is nice. Then if you need it to change an angle for whatever reason, this may also be one of the reasons you want a different hitch, but you can do that. So that is pretty darn cool. Let's unfold it as we would, and let's pick up the yellow container. Can get a little bit tricky with how much stuff we've got. So this is the container I was telling you could throw stuff in. So with this, if we grab a hold of it just right, we've got tip side back and we've got open flap. Just to show you that up top, there's our back, and then we have the open flap. When we select open flap, we actually have a new button, and it is called open back door. When we click that, the rear opens up just like so, and we get full access to every portion of the back. Again, like I said, you could throw stuff in there, which I think is cool. There are no straps, so you're not strapping anything down. Should we try driving a vehicle in there? I think it's dangerous. What should we put in there? I have no idea what will and what won't fit in there, so I'm gonna try the things that I think won't first. Here's our Kubota R640. This is the front loader. If you're going to be using this, I would imagine you're probably going to be using it for construction or that kind of thing. So, holy cow, this fits. We could raise up the front loader and bring it in even further. There's no way that this works. Close back door. I mean, it's working. Let's get the back door closed up. If this fits, then everything else will. We won't even have to show anything else. Here we go. We can back this up a little bit. There we go. Put the front loader down. Maybe about to there. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. It's going to move around a bit, but that's okay. And then we'll bring it up. Does this slide much? I mean, not much. That's a big container. To hold that? That's bad, but rabble. All right, well, it holds this and all the other stuff as well. And it didn't have any trouble getting up in there either. Neat! Oh, yeah. There's one more thing. You can open it up from up here. So yeah, I do want to try driving it off of here. Are you ready to rumble? Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey! Sweet. We ain't even have to try everything else. We know it'll fit. So we've shown how things work. We've shown what will work with other things. I think the next thing we need to show is gonna be bale auto loading, which means we're gonna need the platform XXL, and we want to go with a standard bales auto load. By the way, if you've got something like the roll-in ampli roll, for example, you could still use the multi-platform. Auto loading will still work. The truck right here, this is simply just a vessel to facilitate the movement. So it works like any other auto loading trailer. We gotta set it up. You can either have with the unloading assistant on or off. I prefer to have it on, and we're gonna go with operating position. These are 180 centimeter square bales. And ba-doop boop boop, ba-doop ba-doop, boop boop ba-doop ba-doop boop boop. You can see it auto or loads up different spots. 24 of them, all good. There's another thing. It does have straps. Please be careful using those. The good things don't happen when you have auto loading and straps on a trailer. And well, let's say this is the second one that I've put on the map. So don't do it. Don't do it. When you're ready to unload, simply select however you want. Boop, done. And that's it. Boop, boop, boop. Love it. This one also gives you the option to move them around a little bit, like a lot. I don't remember ever being able to do this before with other trailers, but I guess I've just never paid attention. I don't know. It also allows us to like really have them from up high. You got me, man. You got me. But I do think it's funny to have them up and drop them. Nonetheless, there you go. There's your auto loading. Got a lot more bales over here. There's another thing as well. Because this is an attachment and not a trailer, sometimes auto load will want to flip your vehicle. And if it does that, no matter if it's this or anything else, just simply get ready, load, unload, bam, like that. That's it. Just hit the button a little bit. It'll recenter everything. It'll line everything back up. And you'll be just fine. You'll be driving like nothing. But if you find yourself, after pressing the gas pedal, be like, man, it really doesn't want to move, just go boop, boop. Then you'll be just fine. I got you. Again, that is not just this vehicle. It is all things in Farming Simulator. Auto loading attachments don't normally turn out very well. So this has been extremely ambitious and seems to be working okay. As for everything else, I imagine it's probably fairly self-explanatory on how a liquid tank is going to work. So we won't be showing any of that off. It'll be basically a how-to. Same thing with the grain container as well. It's a grain container. It works like a trailer. And as I mentioned, if you want to use it with the IT Runner 2633 that's out already, or if you wanted to use it with the roll-in ampli roll, everything will work great together. You mix and match, and especially with the new upcoming Mercedes-Benz Trucks Pack DLC. We have 4 IT Runners coming with that, and 2 trucks. And I've got super strength turned on. Let's turn that off. And now it is your turn. What did you think about this pack? Big shout out to the Weekend Farmers and Aaron Modding for sending these over to show you guys. They've been sending me updates over the past week or so, making sure I've got the latest information and all that good stuff. So they were awesome to work with. Thank you to them. The MAN TGX Hooklift and IT Runner 2623 HD pack coming soon to all platforms. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, and join the GoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.